תארו לעצמכם שבא מישהו ומספר לכם שטורנדו עבר מגרש גרוטאות והוציא אחרי זה מכונית, או מטוס קטן, או מוצר כלשהו מוגמר מוכן לשימוש, שאפשר רק להכניס את המפתחות, להתניע ולנסוע. הרי כל מי שמספר לכם דבר כזה, היו שולחים אותו ישר לבית משוגעים. ההסתברות שהטבע הבלגניסט שלנו יבנה את החלבון הפשוט ביותר שאנחנו מכירים, את האנזים הפשוט ביותר, וכל שכן חתיכת צופן גנטי, האפשרות הזאת להיות פחות מסתברת מהסיפור של הטורנדו שנכנס למגרש גרוטאות.
On a seashore, another improbable pattern etched into the earth illustrates how we detect design. No one would infer that this message was written by the movement of the tides. Instead, because of the characteristics of this pattern, we identify the words as the products of intelligence.
That improbable arrangement also conforms to an independently given pattern, namely the shapes of the letters that we recognize from English alphabet and the words that we know from English vocabulary. And so it's the improbability of the arrangement plus the fact that it conforms to an independently given pattern that triggers the awareness of design.
Actually, the reason we know that writing in the sand is human is because we've seen people writing in the sand, and also because there's no known natural phenomenon that produces such features. The world is full of complex patterns that are known to be entirely natural. I mean, take for instance the beach itself. It's complex, it's improbable. I mean, what are the chances of finding all those trillions of almost perfectly sized sand grains organising themselves at a gentle angle between the land and the sea and not getting washed away? Does this mean that beaches require a designer? I mean, if Myers here had his way, the answer would be yes. Take another example, these rings. If you examine these rings in detail, you'll find that they are sorted by stone size and are almost perfectly circular. Well, I'll let you dwell on that for a moment to work out if you agree with Dembski that these specific, complex and improbable patterns are, as Dembski would state, proof that these objects were made by an intelligent designer, or not. You see, a correct version of Dembski's argument would read something like this. If you come across an unknown phenomenon for which there is no current naturalistic explanation, this does not mean that a naturalistic explanation will not be found in the future, nor does it mean that this process or phenomenon is due to an intelligent process or designer. All it means is the explanation for the phenomenon is currently unknown. The unknown is not proof for the existence of God. However, Dembski then goes on to look for complex specified information in DNA, where it is known to have a natural origin. Dembski then ignores everything that is known from biochemistry and biology about DNA, and ignores the prospect that there could be a natural origin for the information in DNA, and simply jumps to the erroneous conclusion that DNA is designed. Now let's apply Dembski's argument to the beach. Dembski looks at the beach and says, if I ignore everything that I know about beach formation and decree that no natural process could have formed the beach, then I can conclude that the beach is designed. And so the whole fallacy of this non-argument is laid bare. Now let's return to our bizarre stone circles, and even more bizarre to see in person. It's actually a product of frost heave and needle ice. Needle ice forms more rapidly in areas without stones, and so tends to push stones outwards. This also has the effect of sorting them by size. Depending on the freeze-thaw cycle, you can get all sorts of funny patterns, polygons, networks, piles, ridges. You can even get them on other planets. But the one thing you can't conclude, unless of course you're a creationist, is that the only explanation for these objects containing complex specified information is they can only be accounted for by an intelligent agency such as stone-sorting pixies.
אז לכאורה, כאשר אני רואה דבר מסודר זה מכריז, זה צועק, יש מסדר. א' ב' של לוגיקה אני חושב.